Hello, everyone. Welcome back to A1 English Podcast, the show for real conversations, real English, and real confidence.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Jack. We are so happy you're here with us today.
Before we start, quick reminder, if you're learning English and you want to improve naturally, don't forget to like this episode and subscribe to our channel.
Yes, because when you subscribe, you're not just supporting us, you're supporting your own English learning journey.
Okay, so today we're talking about something that so many of you have asked us about again and again in the comments.
Yes, thousands of English learners struggle with this, and today we're going to make it simple, practical, and honestly, a little bit emotional too.
We're talking about how to reduce your accent in English without losing your identity.
And honestly, this topic is close to my heart because so many learners think their accent is a problem they need to erase completely.
But here's the good news. By the end of this episode, you'll understand exactly how to sound clearer, how to be understood more easily, and how to feel proud of where you come from at the same time.
Not perfect, not fake, not robotic, just clear, confident, and still you.
Exactly. So let's start easy. No stress, no boring linguistics lecture.
Just real talk, real examples, real life. Okay, Jessica, let me ask you something. When you were learning English, did you ever feel embarrassed about the way you pronounced certain words?
Oh, all the time. I remember saying the word vegetable in a meeting, and a colleague repeated it back to me with a strange smile, and I just wanted to disappear.
I think almost every English learner has a story like that, a word that betrayed you at the worst possible moment.
Exactly. And that's how most learners feel about their accent, like it's this thing hiding inside them, waiting to expose them.
So today, let's break this down in the simplest way possible.
An accent is not a mistake. An accent is proof that you speak more than one language. It's proof of your journey.
Books and courses sometimes make it sound like you need to erase your accent completely, like it's a flaw to fix, but that's the wrong goal.
Let's start with the basics. Reducing your accent means making your speech easier for other people to understand, while still sounding naturally like you.
So, in simple words, accent reduction means adjusting a few specific sounds and rhythms, not changing your entire voice or personality.
Perfect. That's really all you need to understand to get started today.
Now, why do people get confused about this? Usually, it's because they think accent equals bad English.
And also because they compare themselves to native speakers on YouTube or in movies, and they feel like they'll never sound right.
But today, we're going to fix that mindset completely.
We'll explain this using real examples, real sounds, and real life, because real life is always the best teacher.
All right, let's talk about our first key point, and this is really the foundation of everything. The goal is clarity, not perfection.
This is super important, so listen closely.
Clarity means people understand you easily the first time you speak without asking you to repeat yourself.
Perfection means sounding exactly like a native speaker from a specific city, which, honestly, most native speakers don't even sound like each other.
Let me give you a real-life example.
Okay, I'm listening.
Imagine you're at a job interview, and the interviewer asks about your experience.
Okay, go on.
You would say something like, I worked at that company for 3 years, and I learned a lot about project management. If your R sound or your th sound is slightly different from a native accent, but every word is still clear, the interviewer understands you completely.
Exactly. That's success. That is a completely successful conversation.
Now, many learners make this mistake. They think, I need to sound exactly like a British or American news anchor, or I have failed.
Oh, I hear that all the time, and it honestly breaks my heart a little.
The problem with that goal is that it's not realistic, and it's not even necessary. English is spoken by billions of people around the world with hundreds of different accents.
So the healthier goal is, I want to speak clearly enough that anyone, anywhere can understand me easily.
Exactly. That's the real target.
Let's give another example to make this even clearer.
Good idea.
Think about ordering coffee in a cafe in London or New York.
In this situation, you could simply say, "Could I get a medium latte with oat milk, please?" The barista doesn't care about your accent. They care if they understood the order correctly.
And notice how the goal here is communication, not imitation?
Yes, that's the key idea of this whole episode.
So remember, when you practice pronunciation, aim for clarity and confidence, not for erasing every trace of your native language.
Not complicated at all, right?
Not at all, and honestly, it's a relief once you understand it this way.
Okay, now let's move to our second key point. Focus on the sounds that actually cause confusion, not every single sound.
This one is equally important because it saves you so much time and energy.
Every language has different sounds. Some sounds in English simply don't exist in your native language, and those are usually the ones that cause misunderstanding. So those are the ones worth practicing first.
Let's make this super practical.
Imagine you're telling a friend about your weekend plans.
What would you say?
You might say, I think I'll visit the beach on Thursday. Now, the th sound in think and Thursday is often replaced with a t or s sound by learners, which can sometimes cause confusion because think can start to sound like tink or sink.
Perfect example. And why does that matter so much?
Because sink and think are two completely different words with completely different meanings, so a small sound difference can create a real misunderstanding.
Now, here's a common mistake related to this.
Oh, let's talk about mistakes. These are always so helpful for our listeners.
People often practice random sounds, spending hours on sounds that never actually cause any confusion in real conversations.
And the problem with that is it wastes valuable time and can feel discouraging because you're not seeing real results.
So instead, we should identify the 2 or 3 sounds that specifically cause misunderstanding for speakers of our own native language and focus there.
Much smarter approach. Let's practice one more time. Try this sentence. The weather this Thursday will be 33 degrees.
Everyone listening, pause for a second and try saying that sentence slowly, focusing on the th sound in weather, Thursday, and 33.
The tongue should gently touch between your top and bottom teeth, and a little air passes through.
Did you get it right? If yes, amazing. If not, don't worry. That's exactly why we're here today.
Learning takes time, and small adjustments are part of the process, not signs of failure.
All right, Jack, let's move to rhythm and stress, because this is honestly bigger than individual sounds.
Yes, this is something people almost never talk about, but it changes everything.
English is a stress-timed language, which means some words and syllables are stronger and longer, while others are quick and light. Many other languages are more evenly timed, where each syllable gets similar length.
So if every syllable is spoken with the same strength, English can sound choppy or robotic, even if every single sound is technically correct.
Let me give you a real-life example.
Please do.
Take the sentence, "I can meet you at the restaurant tomorrow." A native speaker naturally stresses meet, restaurant, and tomorrow, while words like can, you, at, and the become quick and light.
So it almost sounds like, I can meet you at the restaurant tomorrow.
Exactly. That rhythm is actually more important for sounding natural than perfect individual sounds.
This is honestly one of the biggest secrets in accent training, and almost nobody teaches it clearly.
Now, here's a common mistake with rhythm.
People often pronounce every word with equal strength and equal speed, almost like reading a list.
And the problem is, it sounds unnatural, even when the grammar and vocabulary are perfect.
So instead, practice highlighting the important words, the ones that carry meaning, and let the small connecting words flow quickly and softly.
Try this sentence with me right now, listeners. She's going to call me later.
Notice how going to often becomes gonna in relaxed natural speech and later gets the strongest stress.
This single change in rhythm can transform how natural you sound, even more than fixing individual letters. All right, let's talk about the most common mistakes people make when trying to reduce their accent, because avoiding these will save you months of frustration.
Yes, because mistakes are actually wonderful teachers if we look at them the right way.
Mistake number 1, trying to change everything at once.
Oh, I see this constantly. People try to fix 10 sounds, their rhythm, their intonation, and their vocabulary all in the same week.
The correct approach is to choose just 1 or 2 sounds to focus on for 2 or 3 weeks, practice them daily, and then move to the next.
And why does that work better? Because your brain and your mouth muscles need repetition to build new habits, and small, consistent steps beat big, overwhelming changes.
Mistake number 2, only practicing alone, silently, in your head.
This one is really tricky because reading silently feels productive, but it doesn't train your mouth muscles at all.
The fix is simple. Speak out loud every single day, even if it's just for 5 minutes, even if you're completely alone in your room.
See? Not scary at all. Just a small daily habit.
And the last common mistake, believing that a strong accent means poor English skills.
Many learners think this is true, but actually, some of the most brilliant scientists, doctors, CEOs, and professors in the world speak English with a strong accent, and it has never limited their success.
The right mindset is your accent shows where you come from, and your clarity shows how well you communicate, and these are 2 completely separate things. Now, if you notice these mistakes in yourself, don't panic.
Everyone makes mistakes. Even native speakers stumble over words sometimes.
Exactly, so true.
Okay, let's put everything together now with some practical daily steps you can start today.
Yes, let's make this really actionable for everyone listening.
Imagine you want to sound clearer for an important presentation at work next month.
What would you actually do, step by step?
First, identify your 2 most confusing sounds, maybe by asking a friend, a teacher, or even recording yourself and listening back carefully.
Then, practice those specific sounds for 10 minutes a day using simple words and short sentences, focusing on tongue and mouth position.
And finally, record yourself reading a short paragraph every single day and listen back to track your real progress over time.
See how natural and manageable that sounds when you break it into small steps? This is real accent training, not overwhelming perfectionism.
Now, everyone listening, I want you to try something right now.
Say this sentence out loud. Thank you for listening to this episode today.
Focus on the th sound in thank and notice the natural stress on listening and episode.
Practice builds real confidence every single time.
And if you make a mistake, just say it again and again with a smile.
That's genuinely how real, lasting learning works.
Before we move to shadowing, let's quickly answer a few real questions from our listeners because these come up in almost every comment section.
I love this part. Let's do it.
First question from a listener named Diego. Is it too late to fix my accent if I'm already an adult?
Wonderful question, Diego. And the honest answer is no, it's absolutely not too late.
Research on speech and pronunciation shows that adults can absolutely improve clarity and reduce specific pronunciation issues with consistent, targeted practice.
The idea that only children can learn new sounds is simply outdated. Adults learn differently, not worse, and often adults are actually more disciplined and motivated.
Second question from a listener named Amara. Should I take formal accent reduction classes or can I do this on my own?
Both paths can absolutely work, honestly. A class or a coach gives you personalized feedback, which speeds things up, but self-practice with recording and listening also works very well, especially if you're consistent.
The most important factor isn't the method, it's consistency, showing up regularly week after week.
Third question, and this one is from a listener named Farah. My family says I sound different now, almost like I'm losing my culture. How do I respond to that?
Oh, this question touches something really important and honestly really personal. I'd say this gently. Speaking clear English at work or with international friends doesn't erase who you are at home with your family in your own language.
You can absolutely hold both identities at once, your home voice and your English voice, and both are equally real, equally yours.
Code switching, moving naturally between languages and accents depending on the situation, is actually a sign of skill, not a sign of losing yourself.
Beautifully said, Jessica. Before we wrap up, let's talk about one more thing, something we get asked constantly in the comments. Should I watch videos and imitate accents to improve faster?
Great question. And yes, absolutely, but with one small condition.
What's the condition?
Choose one speaker, one voice, and stick with that voice for a few weeks instead of jumping between 10 different YouTubers, podcasters, and movie characters every day.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Because if you're imitating a British newsreader on Monday, an American vlogger on Tuesday, and an Australian actor on Wednesday, your mouth muscles never get consistent training.
Exactly. It's like trying to learn 3 different dance styles at the same time. Pick one, get comfortable with it, and only then explore others if you want to.
Let's give a real example of how this shadowing technique works, step by step.
Sure. First, find a short clip, maybe 30 seconds, of someone speaking clearly, ideally about a topic you enjoy.
Then listen to the clip once, just to understand the meaning, without trying to repeat anything yet.
After that, play it again, and this time, speak along with the speaker at the exact same time, matching their rhythm, their pauses, and their stress.
And finally, record yourself doing this and compare your version with the original, listening specifically for rhythm, not for a perfect native sound.
This technique is called shadowing, and honestly, it's one of the most powerful tools for natural-sounding English, used by actors, interpreters, and language teachers around the world.
I love this technique because it trains your ear and your mouth together at the same time, instead of separately.
Now, let's talk about something emotional for a moment, because this topic isn't only about technique.
Yes, I think this part matters just as much as the pronunciation tips.
Your accent carries your story. It carries your family, your childhood, your first language, and every place you've ever lived.
So when someone says, "You have such a strong accent," that is not an insult. And honestly, it's often meant as pure curiosity, not judgment.
The goal of this episode was never to tell you to erase that story.
The goal is simply to help you communicate more comfortably, so your accent becomes a strength people notice with interest, not a barrier that causes confusion.
Some of the most respected voices in business, science, and entertainment speak English with noticeable accents, and audiences around the world still listen to them with total respect and attention.
Exactly, because what people remember is your message, your ideas, and your confidence, not whether your R sound perfectly matches a specific country.
So here's a small mindset shift we want to leave you with today.
Instead of thinking, "I need to sound native," try thinking, "I need to sound clear and confident."
That single shift changes your entire relationship with the English language.
It really does. It turns practice from something stressful into something empowering.
Let's do one final practice round together before we close today's episode.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Repeat this sentence after me. focusing on rhythm, not perfection. I'm learning English, and every single day, I'm getting a little bit better.
Notice how learning English every day and better carry the strongest stress, while the small connecting words flow quickly between them.
One more time, and this time, say it with a smile, because your voice deserves confidence, not fear.
I'm learning English, and every single day I'm getting a little bit better.
Beautiful! That's exactly the energy we want you to carry into every conversation you have this week.
All right, let's quickly review everything we learned today.
First, we talked about focusing on clarity, not perfection, because communication matters more than sounding exactly native.
Then we explained how to identify the specific sounds that actually cause confusion instead of practicing randomly.
We also covered the power of rhythm and stress, which honestly changes how natural you sound more than almost anything else.
And most importantly, we covered common mistakes, like trying to change everything at once or believing an accent means weak English.
Remember, you don't need to erase your accent completely.
You just need to be clear, confident, and consistent.
English is a tool for connecting with people, not a test you need to pass perfectly.
So speak often, practice daily, and celebrate your unique voice.
That's the real journey, and it's a beautiful one.
If this episode helped you understand accent reduction better, please hit the like button right now.
And if you want more real English conversations like this one, subscribe to A1 English Podcast.
We upload new episodes regularly to help you improve your English naturally, one honest conversation at a time.
Thank you so much for learning with us today. We truly appreciate you being here.
Keep practicing, keep improving, and keep being proud of your voice.
Bye, everyone.
See you in the next episode.